Hello Sagittarius, kia ora koutou katoa. This is your May 2021 reading. Messages, guidance, encouragement, kick up the backside, whatever it is for you. But anyway, so there's some, and it could be clarity. Just you will just think, I'm just like going to get rid of this bit of sage that's been, I've wafted it around in here, and I've lit sage just because there may be, you know, a bit of energy there. So some of you, there's something wrong with my eye. Well, not wrong with it, but anyway, so some of you may not be seeing something clearly because it's on my left side. So there may be some emotional stuff that's going on. So anyway, we're just going to clear that. And I'm just using this motion of the infinity sign here, which I've just noticed I'm doing. So we're just going to go through that, use that as a, you know, letting you know that you are an infinite being. So we have the power of, you know, free will. We can do whatever we want to, you know, to create whatever it is. So it's a little bit of a 7 as well, but I'm feeling the number 8 being a now number, or now energy, as in taking action with things. And maybe you have been taking action and it's starting to get a little bit of momentum with other things, you know, rolling on from that. So there's a beautiful infinity energy there, and that knowing and realizing that you are an infinite being. So there are many facets to you, many facets to, you know, energy, whatever it is, and how where are they going with that? And bringing it all together to create basically what it is that you're wanting to create or needing to create for you. And it's focusing on with a positive attitude, perspective, and so things may be changing for you, which is maybe why there's a little bit of higgledy-piggledy energy around, because I did try to do this video like start, and I've just taken in, this is like the second time, and it's just like everything was like just all over the place. And I thought, what the heck is going on? So anyway, I didn't like that, so I started again. So there may be something about that with you that you've, you know, like doing, as I suppose, like cutting it, starting again, doing a replay of something, or, you know, in that sense, whatever that goes on. Anyway, I have to share that. So anyway, so going back to my introduction, so welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment and or a thumbs up if this, you know, if you like what I do, okay, if it resonates with you. So I've got a lot of you people, so excuse the language that comes out of my mouth at the moment, and the way that it's coming out, because there are a few energies that are wanting to get going, but they can just wait. So there may be something like that that's going in or around you as well. And if there may be a few energies, you know, people that are, you know, that are coming in from the side, they're saying blah, 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 this and blah, 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 that. So it's like, and they may be wanting you to do something that is not quite right with you, or you're not quite ready for that yet, or you need to be, you are listening to your intuition. And so, and it can be quite distracting or disconcerting is the two words that are coming through for me. So anyway, back on track again. So there may be something like that, just as I say that's, you know, getting distracted. So it's back on track again, and centering and focusing on your mission in life, and on your purpose in life, or one of your purposes in life that brings you back to your mission or your main purpose in life. So there is something, you know, there, okay, they're coming together. So I'm just noticing that I'm wringing my hands, but I'm feeling like at the moment it's more like warming my hands up, but just in clearing some energy and getting a feel, you know, it's like getting ready for something to do something. So and I'm feeling, it's not so, I don't feel like I'm wringing my hands and like wringing in a nervous way, but it's more wringing in a, or like, it's more like a massage in a massage way to help lift energy or help warm things up, okay, in that sense. Nice. Okay, so anyway, these, just if these resonates, these messages that are come through with these readings are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, that's wonderful. If they're not quite, you know, hitting the spot for you, yeah, just remember that. And there may be something on saying that it may be more of a futuristic thing. And that's why it's not resonating with you. But the other thing is check out what your other signs are saying for you. I do encourage that, just so you can, it'll just gives you an idea of, a fuller view of what might be going on for you. So yeah, if you don't know what your other signs are, and I'm saying this again, some of you will probably say, why does she keep saying that? But sometimes, there are new listeners or watchers that come on board. So these ones I actually really only want 4, but we'll just go with that. So I'm just going to move these cards out of the way. Like I say, for the reason, check out what your other signs are saying. Okay, so there is a description box there is a link in the description box below that has that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it, and it will work it out for you. And that way you can, get you'll be able to find out what other star signs are linked to you, and it will, maybe give you a little bit more of an idea of what it could be going on, and say on an emotional level for you, or on a love level for you more so. So this is for Sagittarius love. There may be love coming up. So sun, moon, rising, and or Venus. Okay. Man. Okay. Taking a breath. Okay. So here is, or taking a moment. Anyway, we're going to get going now. So emotion is energy in motion or in flow. So these are my angel cards, or the angel cards messages that angels have given me, that I've just written it on a card here. So this is one here. So there may be on something going on with you, and just remind, on an emotional level, not necessarily a sad emotional level. It could be something, or a grief emotional level, but it could be for you if it is. Just remembering that emotion is energy in motion, basically. So there's something moving or something shifting. Don't block it, don't stop it. And even if it is a happy emotion, it's energy in motion. So they're just saying not to keep that flow going, and to remember what it felt like, so you can recognize it for the next time, and maybe go into there a little bit quicker, so you can heal the situation or sort the situation, wherever it is. Expand that vibration from the emotion that's coming from it, especially obviously if it's a happy emotion too. So because I'm feeling like some of you may not have felt as much joy over the last year, or happiness in your mind, or in the way with things that have been going on, and you're finding more even now. So there may be an even flow, or an even, which is where they're going with that infinity sign there, coming into your life. So and it's just going with the flow of it, okay, and allowing yourself to feel it, to heal, to accept it, to release it, and so you can release it. And that release thing is part of the healing, of course. So there is something about making a decision. So there's a decision that's needing to be made, Sagittarius. So this emotion could have something to do with that, a decision that's going to be made, or that you may have already made. Exercise is something that's come through with the angels here. So this deck is a collective of messages, collective of messages from a collective of angels. So, and for some of you, there's a contract coming up in some way or form, but also I'm getting is sleep here as well. So make sure that you're getting some sleep, or you're getting, and your work. And what I'm hearing is some of you might be getting sleep, but is it quality sleep? So, or fitting, or maybe that you're needing to. Where they're going with that, shift your sleeping pattern, okay? Or your sleeping pattern for some of you may have changed. So I'm just going to move that along that way, because this is kind of like a mind, body, spirit, soul sort of a flow, but we've got 5 cards. And I'm hearing like for some of you may need to sleep on it with this decision, okay? And not letting somebody ruffle your feathers or rush you into doing something that you're not really ready to do, or you don't feel like you're really ready to do, because some of you may not have actually got all the clothes. So perception here, it comes through, from the Sacred Earth Energy Oracle deck here. Perception. So, there's probably something going on there with your perception about something as well. In saying that, so we're going to go here. I'm going to use these cards here, go into the tarot, so we'll see what comes out, and see what flows out here. We'll probably go, by the feel of it, we're going to go with see what's coming up. So when I do my readings and these ones, I'm always asking, what does each star sign most need to know right now? And of course I'm connecting with you, Sagittarius. So what does Sagittarius know, energies that are born under the sign of Sagittarius most need to know right now? So we have the Knight of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the King of Wands. That's you. So whether you are a male energy or a female energy, the King of Wands is coming through. So maybe you haven't had as much energy, your energy may have been, and the world is here. Okay, so we're looking at that, and then we've got the Nine of Wands, the Six of Wands, and we'll go with those. The Five of Wands, and the Ten of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands here. So a couple of them are in reverse here. So I'll just go with that, and I want to put that there. So anyway, so under this one here, the mind here, or the mind thoughts, or thoughts that are going on there. So there may be something, like I say, the energy or emotional that's going on at the moment. The Knight of Cups comes in here with some challenge, because it's like, even though it's got the Knight of Chalices, I feel like there's some sort of challenge that's going on here. So this could be like a male energy that's coming into your life, a male energy. Why am I saying male energy? Well, because of the Knight. So for some of you, but a lover. What I'm hearing like as a lover, actually. So there may be a new love coming in, but for some reason I'm hearing male energy just because it's the Knight. But I do feel like for some of you, there will be, if you're a female, there's a male energy. If you're a male, there could be a male energy, depending on what your sexual preference is, and if you, and that sort of thing. So or partnership, partner preferences. I should say, actually, not should, but there's or gender. Okay, so just putting it out there. Different ways of verbalizing it. So I do feel like there's something in that. So maybe there's like having different ways of looking at things, perception. So anyway, with the Knight of Cups there, or the Knight of Chalices, there is something, that has got something to do with a new love normally, but I do feel like there's this, in the sense, moving forward, like I'm feeling like my cup is full, or that is where you're wanting to move towards, is, having that feeling, but this is about you creating it, on saying that. But there is something moving on that level anyway, because you have the Knight of Wands here. So there's something about you getting over some things about maybe a new love, or a past, love situation, or you're feeling, that you you're able to, like let things, like not so much let things go, like you're releasing things, because the Nine of Wands here is, there's been a bit of a battle. There's something, what I'm hearing, in you maybe a little bit, battle weary, but there is something about, in surrendering. That's what I'm getting, surrendering and giving, and giving thanks to that which you've been through, for the learning from it. In that sense, when we're surrendering over any emotions that don't serve us any purpose for our highest good, that's where they go. It's not, there is something, in that sense, is allowing that to go. Beautiful. So I feel like there's some sort of decision that's coming, that you've been made, or coming with that, you deciding that, but also because I'm hearing like with this Knight of Cups here, there's a new adventure as well. So there's a sense of like moving forward with something, which is what this Nine of Wands is about. It's like, okay, there are, like I said, leaving stuff in the past so you can move on, because nines from there about, something is nearing an end. Okay, So whether it is a love, it could be a brotherly issue, it could be, like a family sort of thing that's going on as well. So thinking outside of the square. And I do feel like, this is also like, there's a heightened sense of intuition in here as well. There's a new, like something is shifting in the way that you're thinking, doing things, but even like how you're sensing things like intuitively, which has helped you to get to this place or this space of being able to, release and let go of some things that were, that have been happening around you. And there's the thing about and it's allowing you to like find new passion as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's something new that's coming up, that's come up, and then it's like you are finding like a new sense of energy in a way where you can like move past or move through or get over whatever it is, release whatever it is that you're needing to do, so it doesn't stop you or hinder you from moving, forward or in whatever direction you need to move for you. So there's a decision here, watch what we talked about here. So the Hanged Man, so this perception here or perspective here, what I'm seeing and what I'm getting from the Hanged Man is that there is a shift in the way that you see things, okay? And so, which helps you with this decision. The Six of Wands, so it's like you're leaving something behind. It's like there may have been a bit of struggle and frustration there. Something kind of wasn't kind of working out, but energetically wise, but also like there's been a shift, and it's like you're able to like step out of that now and move away from that. So there's something about moving on forward and leaving, behind what doesn't serve you as well. So it's like you've figured it out, and you've come together, because I like this one here. It's like they're moving away or they're moving out, and moving away and creating a new future together. Okay. So, and then we have the King of Wands under exercise. So it's kind of interesting, because if I'm going mind, body, spirit, soul, there is something that is coming, there is, on a spiritual level is like exercise, okay? And I'm feeling like spirit are like, this is about physical exercise, because I'm seeing with the King there, as well as the Five of Wands, but also not just, the physical side of things, but I feel like with the King of Wands coming in, that's you, because there's a lot of wands here. It's obviously you, Sagittarius, so it's like you being in that space as well. And I feel like there's a connection of bringing, the spiritual side in as well, and, exercising your spirituality or your spiritual mindfulness and awareness that's around you as well. So there's a shift in that. But all these ideas and the passion that it's something starting to shift, okay? And there may have been a little bit of, struggle here, where this is the Five of Wands in reverse here. So for me, it's like there may have been a little bit of, struggle, frustration with, yourself, with others, and understanding things, and like being in that space where, you may have been like on a spiritual level, not seen. People aren't seeing, or maybe aren't seeing it for like, or aren't seeing you and understanding you basically on a spiritual level and the way that you work. So there may have been some unfounded sort of ideas or thoughts to do about you, about what you're doing, where you're going, how you work, blah, 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 that sort of thing. So, and I'm just wanting to shuffle and pull this out, because whatever it is, it's like I feel the Ace, because the Ace of Pentacles has come up. They've just got me, there's a new opportunity or a new gift that's coming. It could be financial, but I feel like this has got to do with energy as well, and the idea. So it's like Spirit have given you an idea, or an idea, or something's come up, you've just had this idea out of the blue pop up. But I do feel like this is about, on a financial basis as well. So it's like this is something, like it's an idea, yeah, but it's like because I'm feeling, spiritually, there's, with this card, there's been a little bit of upheaval, but it's something is turning around. And I wouldn't be surprised if there is something like new comes out of whatever this gift is or whatever this opportunity is. It's like Spirit are creating an opportunity, because I'm feeling like not just for abundance, but prosperity in that sort of sense, financially wise, but also like something where your career can come in together and marry it up. It's like something that you've put out before, where you can bring in all of what you've learned. No matter how old you are or what your age is, it's like there's something that's starting to mesh together on a spiritual level, but also but I feel like, no, it's not so much even on this, well, that too, but for some of you, but it's like spiritually, or your intuitive side, that something is it's just been a divine timing, and I've just got to wait, even though it's been like maybe really, really tricky. But there's something coming in. I do feel like for some of you there is, in a way, there is a new beginning, or with family stuff. So there may be a new family member or somebody new coming into the family, and maybe you've sensed that for a little while. It could be, a new baby, a new child. I'm saying that. But I'm hearing a new sense of energy, something definitely new that's coming through, that has the ability to be able to, for you to be able to create a new dynamic in your family even. It's kind of interesting how that goes, how that's where, how they're going with that, so where they're going with that. Interesting. So there's something in there shifting, but I'm also feeling on a physical level here as well, getting some sort of exercise to help you keep your momentum up, your passion up, and those ideas flowing and things like that, just so you, in your intuition, it's just so there's a bit more balance coming through there. Okay, balance. And then on a soul level here, there's a contract. So there's something about fulfilling a contract for some of you, or your the contract that you've put out before you came here. They're drawing me to that. That side of things. It's like things are shifting in your world, and it's like because the world is here. But I'm also feeling that there's some of you's outside of the soul contract sort of thing. There's the word contract, when it comes up before that, there may be something, I feel like something you may be signing a contract which is going into this decision, and it may be, in the emotional side, maybe like that's just maybe bringing up a little bit of anxiety because and excitement about the unknown, and so there's either way, whichever way you see that, but there's a decision that needs to be exercised for this contract, okay, to come in. It's like whichever way you go. I'm feeling like Spirit is saying there's no right or no wrong. It's just whether you feel like you're ready for it or able to do it, and so they're not. There's not a push, shove, but it's like you've got to make this decision for yourself. But whatever it is, I'm feeling like this, what I'm hearing with this world card, it's like, whatever it is, it's like, it's opening up your world. It's like, there's a shift in your world, And I feel like it's, there's what I'm hearing from Spirit is saying there's a place for you in this world. It's just what you choose to make of it, and, how you choose for it to look. Then we have here the Ten of Cups in reverse as well. So I'm just gonna, and what I'm hearing is like there's maybe some sort of resistance in a way. The resistance is the only word that's coming to me at the moment, or you're not willing to. There may be, okay, where are they going with it? Make a change into seeing, and with your emotional state. So there may be. But so there's like, that's why there's some sort of, oh gosh, where they're going there. Basically what I'm hearing them say, in order for things to change in your world, you're going to need to look at your emotions, at your emotions and what is going on, or what, so you can make this transition. Because tens for me are a transitional thing. So, meaning that there is the 9, there's something coming to an end, like we figure it out, you figure it out, you've been through that process, so now it's time to release or move on from something. So it's like, because here is the moon is up there, it's bright, there's a rainbow there in the background, so it's, this is about, something moving, progression, coming together, you know, I'm hearing like happy families as well, you know, on an emotional level. So there's something, I would say that's like coming to an end, especially on an emotional level with a family situation, basically. So it's like, this is about you finding some sort of balance in there and making some decisions about how you are going to handle it, basically. Because then we have the Nine of Swords that fell out as I was shuffling there. It's like there may be some unfounded fears and notions and, you know, or dreams and that sort of thing with the Nine of Swords. So meaning like overthinking things as well. So there may be a little bit of overthinking in there. So this is where they're talking about bringing in that balance. It's like, you know, you're able to shift that. This is about a shift in the perception or perspective about what is going on. And sometimes, you know, we don't have to it's not about us trying to make people think about how we think or how you think. It's like you knowing that you are thinking, you know, are okay with what you're thinking. So everybody has a different perspective. And it's just getting on and doing what you need to do for you. Because then we have the Page of Wands, which has come in reverse, which I drew out earlier. It's I've not wanted to pick it up right now, but it's in reverse. But I'm going to turn that around because there is something new that's coming. So there's a new seed or planting a new seed. So I feel like you're maybe nearly ready to move on something that is going on around you or even within you, to help you to move forward into this, take some new steps forward in a situation where, or, you know, an experience that you may be going through that has got something to do obviously with yourself, with a family member or a family situation or situations. There's something you know, shifting in that way. So I feel like because of that shift in perception, it's like, I feel like, you know, sometimes, you know, you go, oh my God, I didn't see that before. It's like something comes in and it's like, okay, like if there's a new angle or a new way of doing something that comes. So there's a piece of information that may come through and it's like, okay, maybe I didn't see that. The way that I saw it before, okay, this is how the way that I saw it before was on there was a different mindset or a different, something different going on there in the beginning. But, you know, as we evolve, as things evolve and we grow within ourselves and that situation or situations happens and things unfold, it's like, and with more information coming through, it's like, and, you know, with certain milestones, you know, happening with certain outcomes, it's like you start to see where or what the picture was about in the first place. And so there may be a shift in your perception about certain things like happening in the past and what is happening in the now, as to how you're going to deal with something like from now onwards, okay? And how you're going to look at something from now onwards with whatever is going on with you in your relationship side of things. So, and going back to this one here in the beginning here, you know, with the lovers side of things, so there's a shift in perspective there. So there may be some of you that may be going into a relationship or, you know, contemplating putting yourself out there, to go, you know, to explore that side again, but not having so many barriers put up. It's like because you've allowed yourself to move or shift something. Then we have like decision coming in through here again, where you know, so if I put the Page of Wands there, we're shifting your perception there, and putting it into instead of upside down or in reverse, it's like turning around. So something is turning around, decision, something is turning around. So the energy is starting to shift. And then this one here, if I put it in exercise, something is turning around as well. So there's a new beginning there. But even with this one here, something is turning a contract. So it's like you are turning it around basically. Okay, because of the shift in perception and perspective. But I'm going back to sleeping on it as well. So I would just want to pull out a few cards just to wind this up. I hope that you understand what's going on here for you. Remembering to thinking outside of the square, because it's like this is general, and it could be like to do with your work, your business, something to go with your family. It could be the whole dang lot, and or a relationship, whatever that relationship could be, a romantic one, a love one. It could be like relationships that within, you know, the family or work or whatever. Okay, so the Knight of Cups again. So there's something about looking forward, I'm hearing, to, you know, to being at that place, or being in that place, and or creating that space of, you know, joy, happiness. My cup is full. And I'm ready to move on into this new space, and, you know, be, you know, and there's this sense of, you know, being, having things, getting things all together. So that's the energy there. So it's not in reverse, it's up. So I want to put it on there. So there is, maybe for some of you, there is probably, I would say, a new love energy that could be coming in. But also I'm hearing like there's a new love energy of yourself that, you know, which is why your cup is full. It's like emotionally, intuitively, but you know, but and with relationships, it's like something is moving forward, and it's like you're okay. So there is a river to cross, or a stream to cross, but there is new ground. There's a little bit hilly there in the background, some of it, but some of it is, you know, beside him on saying that, and you're moving forward. There's a few hills to climb, but hey, you know, there's a hill to climb, but that's okay. You're getting it, and it's like you're moving forward with something, because it's like, I get it now. Okay. And we'll go and see what happens here. We're just doing one at a time. Okay, and we have the King of Cups, you know, being in touch with with yourself on an emotional level. So it's there's no more like crying over spilled milk, and you're feeling a little, even though there's a little bit floaty there, but you're moving. I feel like emotionally, intuitively, relationship wise, it's like you're building better relationships, or something is coming in that because of the decisions that you've made. And I feel like the decisions are because that you've been seeing things from another perspective or perception. Gosh, this one is really, there we go, cool. And then we have Temperance, which means, you know, you're able to, you know, things are coming into balance. So Temperance for me is about balancing, bringing together, or bringing about balance. So it's like you're starting to create that now, Sagittarius, or you're creating it, or you've created it, and you're starting to see the benefits of it, the results of that, this happiness here of that this month. So it's like some of you are still working towards that. So it could be something, you know, this, like I say, this reading for you, or the messages are coming through, maybe more clarity for you. It may be that you, you know, that this is where it's coming in for you. And this is, in some of you, it may be that it's clarity in the sense you've been sensing this coming, and you've had an idea, and this is maybe like just showing you an outcome, and that actually, if I do continue on in this way, this, you know, I'm going to have a better outcome. Others of you, you may be just starting this process, so wherever it is for you, just roll with it. But there's definitely balance there. So this is also about, Temperance is also about, you know, being cooperation and sharing as well. So there's something about cooperating and sharing, you know, like with the universe, you know, with spirit. So it's like to find that balance. It's like that, you know, that bringing that all parts of all facets of us. It's like, you know, mind, body, spirit, you know, in that sense together, and even the soul, on saying that on a soul level, basically. So, you know, there's that, you know, the mental, emotional, and or you like want to look at it that way, the physical and the spiritual side of things. You know, it's bringing things like that together. I'm going to take these two down here because there's actually three in there, and then we'll wind this up. And the King of Swords, being in your truth, okay? speaking your truth, being in your truth. He's got his sword there, but it's also being, he communicates well, he's been making decisions, so it's starting to like more pan out. Things are rolling in the way that they need to roll. The Chariot has come out here, so there, which means that, as we're moving forward, there are more, the path, you may be getting this idea about where to now on saying that, but there is a pathway that has been opening up, and it's just time now, because in this card, it shows the Chariot not moving, that it's like parked up basically, and but I'm hearing and what I'm feeling and sensing from this, but also hearing is like Spirit is saying, it's a time for you to, it gives you an opportunity to contemplate where you're going to go next, or what is, or bring in this information that, where to, what do I most need right now to help me, help make this successful. So some of you may go in your head here. So this is and this is about, not restricting yourself basically from having that open mind. So with this card thing, as it's come out with this one, but also the King of Swords, I want to put them together. So it's like, basically being in your truth, and like just taking a moment to contemplate where it is that you want to, and not restricting yourself with what is coming through in your next movements in life. Okay, keeping that door open, because you never know what may be coming. What may be coming, but what may come of something, in the sense is like leaving the door open for something just as good or better to come along as well. Okay, anyway, I'm going to leave that there for you, Sagittarius, with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement and adventure from our energy, the energy beings who are with us today, the keepers of the light, the angels and so forth. Anyway, God bless you, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks with a mid-May, and also the following at the end of the month with the June forecast. Okay, bye for now. Peace and love.